Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Lily, and today I am going to share with you how I make these pockets for journaling, pockets for junk journals made from sticky book pages. I'm also going to show you one of the junk journals I just started working on. And then I'm also going to tell you how I goofed this up. I made a boo-boo and I didn't realize it until I wanted to put it in the book. Okay, so I'm sure some of you have seen that I use this old book right here to glue on. And there's a lot of people that do that. It's just so easy. I used to do it directly on the paper mat that I was working on, but then it would get sticky and I was constantly switching these out. I may have mentioned before that I use packaging to work on. It's a great way to repurpose the packaging paper. But then I saw how a lot of the creators use old books for gluing. Anyhow, so you glue your item here, your die cut or your little fussy cut item, and then it gets sticky after a few uses. So then you tear the page out, and I know most of you have seen that. You tear the page out, and then it's sticky. See, it's sticky, and then you just fold it in half. And what I do is I set them aside. I was inspired to create these little pockets from Gail Agostinelli. And so she was working on these just recently. And so I thought I would make some of these cute little pockets, because what I was doing with these before I knew I could make a pocket, I was actually using these pages right here. And I'll show you. It didn't occur to me until just now that I started talking about it. It occurred to me that I'm speaking backwards. Okay, after watching her video, it occurred to me to make these because I was using this for making journal cards, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I was making journal cards. So doing some fabric and some paper collage on them, like this, and then stitching around. So I was gluing all these little pieces down, and then I would stitch around it. Some little hearts that I made. So it's all done on these that have been folded in half because they're sticky. And so then what I would do is glue down a piece of paper, coffee dyed, avocado dyed, or just lined paper for journaling. So I was using these as journaling cards. So I have a whole bunch that I've made. So, but then after watching Gail's video, I thought, oh, I can make pockets with them. So I was busy making pockets, and I was about to choose a couple of these to put into one of the new journals that I'm working on. And I realized, check this out. I realized that I didn't trim them down. So they are too wide for my journal pages. I can't believe I did that. But that doesn't mean I won't use these. I could trim them down and then sew down the edge. I could even fold it back. I mean, we could make it work. That's what we do. We create and we innovate. We're innovators too. But what I just discovered is that it fits perfectly on the front inside cover. And then I can get another to fit on the back inside cover. So that's a good thing, because I will be able to use some of these for the inside covers. So that will work out just great. So I was able to salvage it, but I was kind of bummed because I was actually planning on using some of these pockets on the inside, on the inner pages. But you could see here, it kind of overlaps about 1/2 inch right there. So anyhow, that is my mistake. Okay, but we're able to salvage it. So I want to share with you one of the new journals I'm working on. And this is a soft cover. It is made from a 10 by 13 envelope, and then I covered it with fabric inside and out, and then I stitched all the way around. So let me set the inside pages. So that's the inside cover, and that is the outside cover. Super easy to do this. And I've stitched it, but I've also made some in the past where I've not stitched. I've just glued and they work out just fine. But this one I have stitched. So I have already selected the papers that I'm going to use in this journal. And I briefly made mention that I'm working on a few new journals a couple videos ago, and that I hadn't really shared. I don't know why I didn't think about sharing until now, but here it is. It's just one of them. I'll show the others as I begin to work on those as well. But I've already selected the papers. And so this is a scrapbooking paper that I've avocado dyed on one side. I'm using avocado papers, coffee dyed papers, vintage music paper, coffee dyed line paper. So just to give you a quick glimpse of the papers that I'm using for this journal, I have selected 15 pages. And so this is the center. Isn't this cute? And then it folds out like this. Now let me tell you what this is. This comes from, it's actually a paper placemat. And let me show you what it looks like. So it is a paper placemat. It comes in this paper. It's like almost like a paper pad. See? Placemats. Well, sometime, I think it was December, January, my sister took me over to Tuesday morning, and they had this, and I just loved the graphics, and so I got it. I didn't know what I was going to use it for. Definitely not as a placemat, because, you know, who does that with beautiful paper? And so it just occurred to me to trim it down just a little bit and use it as the center page of this journal, and I think it's going to be fabulous. So there it is. There's really no theme. It's just pretty papers, beautiful fabrics that my sister has gifted me. Actually, she gave me this fabric, but this one I found when I was helping my parents clean out their garage. Lucky find for me. And so here they are. So that is the reason why I have been so busy at creating ephemera, because the journals are just, the covers have been done, and the papers have been selected. So now it's just working on the ephemera to fill them up, maybe do some stamping, some stenciling, and who knows. But there it is, the beginning. And so I also thought it would be a good idea to take you with me on this journal making journey or video. So I'll probably record a few videos of the process of me putting a journal together. How about that? What do you think about that? So that is what I'm currently working on. And now I work in bulk, so I mass produce, and so I am working on several at the same time. Okay? So isn't that cute? It's just a single signature, soft cover. They feel so good in my hand, this fabric, and I love it. So, oh, one thing I was going to mention, if you want to see me fabric cover one of the 10 by 13 envelopes, I'm happy to do it. Just let me know. Otherwise, Gail Agostinelli has a video on her channel that you can watch on how she does envelope covers. So you let me know. You let me know. But I'll probably go ahead and link at the bottom her video and where I got the inspiration. Okay, let's set this up. I'm going to set this aside for a moment because I thought it would be fun for us to create a few of these that are trimmed down a little bit. Now these right here, you could see that I've stitched, but the ones that we'll make today, I won't stitch on camera. I'll stitch off camera, but we'll try to do as much as we can. So let's see how many we can try to get done, because I've already been talking for 10 minutes and I don't have much time. So let's get busy. Let's get busy. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is give these a little bit of glue. Oh, isn't this like the second time this has happened? I think it's so funny when that happens. It just falls out. Oh my gosh. You guys, it really doesn't happen when I'm working, only when I'm working off camera. I turn the camera on and everything starts falling apart. That is funny. Okay, so I'm just, that one didn't stick shut. This one, that one didn't either. Okay, that glue stick is expiring. And let's see, these are already kind of stuck together. Not this one, just a little bit. Oh, maybe I didn't glue on this one. How did that one get in there? Okay. Okay, and that one's glued together. Okay. And that one didn't glue shut. Oh, that's it. This one's done. Okay. Okay. So now let's trim it down a little bit. So I wanted to fit the inside, the pages. The way I work on creating the journals, this is the scrapbooking paper. It came from an 8.5 by 11 paper pad, and I just fold it in half. I don't trim it at all, and so I want to make sure it fits the width of this paper, which is about 5.5 inches. Okay, so I want to make sure that my pocket is let's make it 5 inches. That way I know it's going to fit perfectly. So I want it no bigger than 5 inches wide. Okay. This came from a book, and it really made absolutely no sense to me, this book. I believe it's a medical book, but an index medical book, referencing other books. Yeah, but there's language in here that I don't understand. Medical terms, I'm oblivious to. But these are from a novel, an inexpensive novel that was damaged. Should we do 3? I'm an overachiever today. I want to do 3, so let's do 3. Let's see if we can get to 3. Is that right? Yep, that's about right. That's it. So I just trimmed it down, make it wide enough so it fits. So it fits on the pages. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to leave these here for inspiration. So the next step is what I've been doing recently is just collaging. This is the top of the placemat. So why don't we use some of that too? So let's just collage. Let's just stick stuff down. Okay. And like I've said before, if you get stuck, if you lose your mojo and you don't know what to do, start collaging. Go through your scrap box, because I know you have scrap paper. Everyone has scrap paper. We hoard it. So let's go through this scrap box and just start gluing, grabbing and gluing. Where is my little bone folder? This, by the way, is the little bone folder that comes with this little scoreboard. Isn't that cute? I grabbed that at Tuesday morning when I was there with my sister getting these things. Can you believe we're in the mid-June? And I purchased these 6 months ago. That is crazy. That is insane how time flies. Well, I'm not going to use book page because, you know, hello. Let's do some of this. I went out this morning to, I didn't go out anywhere. I went out to my backyard to check on the garden, and it's looking so good. It is looking so good. I'm so excited. I put the tomato supports up, the cages, and I didn't know that we needed those cages for tomatoes. It was a nice lady at Lowe's who told me that I needed to use cages. Well, let me begin. Let me start over. My mother told me we needed cages, so I'm thinking, okay, it's cages just so that the, you know, just so the plants have some type of support. I didn't ask. I just went to the Lowe's and to buy the cages. So as I'm choosing the cages, because there's a variety of cages, and some of them are plastic coated and others are that galvanized metal. And I didn't know. And so I look over to a lady who's also shopping for cages, and I look at her, and I think she could tell, you know, by the look on my face that I didn't know what I was doing. I looked clueless. And she asked what I was planting, and I told her there were tomatoes. I said, oh, well, I've got tomatoes going, so I have to get these cages. And she says, you know what the cages are for, right? I'm like, no, I really don't know what I'm doing. She says, it's to keep the tomatoes off the ground, because if they're on the ground, they'll get mushy and they'll rot. So there we go. I learned that from a nice lady at the Lowe's. So there you go. Anyway, so I came back and put the cages up. I really don't know what they're called. I'm calling them cages. Put the supports up, cages. And now I feel like I'm an official gardener, you guys. I'm so excited. And the moment I get any type of vegetable, I'm going to be so excited. Super excited. Okay, maybe I'm going to use some of this vintage paper. Okay, this one is, see how it's all glue? I can't use it anymore because then the pages begin to stick, so I just fold it in half. Whoa, and now it's ready for me to make another pocket, trim it down, make a pocket, or make a journaling card. So it is the never-ending cycle of crafting. So again, I'm just really excited if I can get some tomatoes, grow some tomatoes. That'll be super fun. Do I want anything else right there? Nope. I'm going through the scrap box. Look, the scrap box, right? Or it's not a box, it's just a lid, and it is overflowing a little bit. So this is what I want to use. So it's great for collage. And these I saved because I'm going to stamp some words on there. Oh, here's a little bit of scrap paper. These right here. I like using these for collage. So when I'm tearing edges or straight edges from the paper, I'll save these. And whoa, and then do that. And that. So isn't that cute? Okay, set that aside for a second. Let's move on to the next one. Actually, I think I'm going to make it like this so I don't have that rough edge up on top. Okay, let's grab and glue. It is super hot today. I know I said good morning to everyone. I do that because I post my videos at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so if you catch it as soon as, if you catch it in the morning as soon as I post it, well, it is the morning, so I'm wishing you all a good morning. But I did record this video in advance. So today is Friday, and it is hot today. It's in the 90 degrees. Hot and dry. But I'm so glad I did not need any allergy medicine today. So that's always nice. Because I know the moment I open my eyes, if my nose is itchy, I need an allergy pill. And today, this morning, I did not wake with an itchy nose. What do they say? The nose knows? In my case, it sure does. Okay. So you may be wondering what I plan on doing with all these journals that I'm going to be making. And so it occurred to me that maybe I will put them in my Etsy shop. Yes, I have an Etsy shop. However, let me make a little disclaimer here. I created an Etsy store like 6 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It's been a long time. And I never really did anything with it. I was painting ceramics for a while, and I was doing really well painting ceramics. But I actually had more sales outside of Etsy, only because I didn't promote Etsy as much. That's the only reason. Etsy is a great platform for purchasing. I have been an Etsy buyer for a while. And so I had my Etsy shop. I opened it to sell my painted ceramics. But I really didn't do anything with it. And so I didn't have any sales or anything because I was getting my sales elsewhere that were keeping me super busy. You guys, I did so well that I helped my ceramic painting that I was doing 4 or 5 years ago, helped me pay for my youngest daughter's wedding. So yeah, I was doing good painting ceramics. But you know, I stopped because I just had to move on. I had to move on to the next project. Even though I was doing paper projects, paper crafting at the same time, I kind of didn't want to do painting, ceramic painting anymore. So that's on hold for right now. Anyway, back to the Etsy store. So I've had the Etsy store for a while, and so I'm thinking of maybe reopening it again and putting some of my journals on the Etsy store. What do you think about that? Let me know your thoughts. I'd really appreciate how you feel about that. Are you an Etsy shopper? So let me know, because I want to do it. The other place where I have sold some of the journals that I have made, I've been making journals now for 3 years, I think 3 years, just at local craft shows, little craft fairs. So like that. But the majority of the journals that I make, I also gift as birthday presents and Christmas presents. How's that? You like it? Okay. Let's see. Do I have time for another one? Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Warp speed. So yeah, let me know what you think. What's funny is it'll show, you know, once I reopen my Etsy store, it'll show on Etsy since 2000, I don't know, 14, 15, sales 0. Oh, that's okay. We have to start somewhere. We have to just start. It's been on my mind for a while, and I think I've been putting it off because it really does intimidate me. I'll be honest. Etsy intimidates me as a seller because I just want to make sure that I'm doing things right. And sometimes, oh, here's a quote I came across the other day. And in fact, I added it to my words. I love it so much. And it's a quote that is in Spanish. So in Spanish, and I'll translate it for you, but in Spanish, it goes, hazlo con miedo. Hold on, let me remember. Hazlo con miedo. Oh, it goes, in Spanish it goes, hazlo. Y si tienes miedo, hazlo con miedo. That was like, it fit me perfect. What that means is, do it. If you are fearful, do it with fear. In other words, don't let fear get in the way of getting things done. And I'm usually one up for any challenge. You know, I don't let things stop me, but for some reason, it was fear. It was fear, it was intimidation. And once I read that, it was like, it was speaking to me. It was a quote I came across on Pinterest. And it spoke to me, and I thought, that's right. Tengo miedo. I am fearful of Etsy. Why? I don't know. I don't know. So I am right now studying up on how to do things again because I learned about it when I first opened the store. So now I just have to retrain myself. Okay. What if I don't finish collaging this one? Because I don't want to run out of time to show you what I'm doing. So here are the two. And then what I did, make this little, do this little half punch so it shows that it's a pocket. Isn't that great? And then we will ink the edges. Sometimes I ink, sometimes I don't. I'm going to ink today. Okay, there's that one. You know, I have a wastebasket right here for me to toss all the little stuff that I'm not using, but I end up using a lot of it. But these little things right here, yeah, and I don't. Then it gets crazy messy on my desk. Look at that. Let me move these out of the way so I don't distract you from the cute cards. Okay, so here they are. What do you think? And then the only thing I did here was, let's see, I just added a word and I added a fussy cut image, and that's it. And then just put it, you know, I just, let's see. Remember I told you I have these stickers right here. Let's use one of these stickers. They're not very sticky, so let me add some glue. I'm not going to use these stickers for anything else, so let me just use it here. That looks great. And what if I take a little word, just really quick. Not those. I really should cut some of these just so I can have them ready to go. So I'm not fumbling. Okay. Whoops, I put glue before I inked it. I've done that before. Okay. Whoa. Right there. Oh, right there. No. Okay. That's okay. It needs something else. I'll figure it out. And really quick, when I was at the Lowe's, I like to go to the clearance section where the paint is to grab some paint. And that is what I did here. And what I'm going to do really quick before I run out of time, I have bubble wrap. So I'm going to take some bubble wrap. Okay, I'm going to make a mess. $1.25 for that. So then I'm going to do this. Can you see that? I like that. Off camera, I'm going to stitch around. And that's it. My tag is done. Maybe I'll add more stuff later, but for the most part, the tag is done. And I'll finish these. And I wish I had more time, but it's getting close to my camera cutting me off. You all, thank you so much for being here with me. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to continue seeing the journals that I'm working on. And let's get out there and make pretty things, all right? You guys take care.